President Ruto has turned Kenyans against each other. Now he is trying to isolate some tribes and some ages and some regions to divide us some more. I want to say categorically that President Ruto is the real problem in this country.
Unprecedented scene where an elected leader appearing to celebrate the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. In the video, Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga termed the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga as God's plan to give development back to the Mount Kenya region. Governor Kahiga, who spoke in his native Kikuyu language, says the death of Odinga sends everyone back to the drawing board, including the head of state, William Ruto. Kahiga spoke in Kieni constituency, Nyeri County. Here is...
And I'll tell you what he did. Number one, he said Mbadi tosha. William Ruto does not misspeak. Of all the people who came in from the BBG, from the other side, he took time and spoke about Mbadi, attributed things that had already happened, including issues on exchange rate on the dollar.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you've seen in the said clips that I have played, to begin with, I will speak about the clip of Yvonne Okwara yesterday breaking the news about the clip of the Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga mocking the death of Right Honorable Raila Odinga. I want you to be keen on that. And also, I want you to be keen on the issue of President William Ruto coronating a new kingpin in the Luo Nyanza region, who is none other than John Mbadi. Apart from that, I want you to take a very keen look through the social media currently and the statement delivered today by the ODM party. That is about four things I want you to take a very keen look at before we start. First, to begin with, it's how these news were broken yesterday by Yvonne Okwara of Citizen TV. This is one thing. Citizen TV is currently a state-owned media. It is controlled by the state of the Republic of Kenya. Citizen joined the government the moment Raila Odinga joined William Ruto through the broad-based government agreement. And from then, people like Stephen Leto, who were ardent critics of this government, began selling narratives of how this government is delivering to the people through their social media platforms. So, why am I saying this? Yes, we don't refute that those sentiments made by Governor Mutahi Kahiga yesterday were tribal and uncalled for. Those were sentiments that shouldn't have seen the light of the day. But one thing you should realize, the clip that was sent to Citizen TV, it was not shot via camera. There were no cameras in that event. It seemed to be a family thing that was going on, a family burial that was going on, and Mutahi Kahiga took the stage to speak. You know, a governor goes with his media, but his media never shared that clip, nor did they record. But somebody was hidden within the crowd to record that clip and share it fast to Citizen TV, because Citizen TV are the ones that broke the news of the said clip. Why Citizen TV? Citizen TV, after receiving the clip, they took time to deduce the clip and interpret it in English and Swahili for everybody to understand. And then, on the evening news, they broke the news. Are we together? Apart from that, allow me to take you on Wednesday and Thursday last week, when Ruto broke the news of Raila Odinga's death. And more so, I am speaking about during the burial. When William Ruto stood to speak about the cabinet secretaries that Raila gave to him, he pointed out one cabinet secretary in the Luo Nyanza and gave him so much credit to pinpoint this cabinet secretary, Moso John Mbadi, to actually sell a narrative that Raila Amolo Odinga had bestowed his crown upon the head of John Mbadi to become the next Luo Kingpin if Raila Amolo Odinga dies. Are we together? And William Ruto, without even considering that Raila Amolo Odinga had not even finished being buried, he started coronating a new kingpin of the Luo Nyanza. Why did William Ruto do so? Because he had seen a wave had been born after the Raila Amolo Odinga's death, where a new kingpin was rumored to be the member of parliament of Embakasi East, Babu Owino. So William Ruto, to counter Babu Owino, he started giving praises to John Mbadi. Remember, why couldn't he pick Joho? Why couldn't he pick Wandai? Why couldn't he pick Oparanya? Reason being, John Mbadi is the cabinet secretary of treasury, and John Mbadi is the person that is seeing through the sales of public companies through the privatization bill that William Ruto signed on 15th of October, that morning in State House, the moment Raila Amolo Odinga died. So John Mbadi and William Ruto are partners in crime on matters selling this country. And William Ruto knows, if another person is picked who is not in his circle, then it will be done for him as William Ruto. Now, if you realize, Citizen TV were the ambassadors of selling tribe politics when they spearheaded the sharing of that video clip. Are we together? The sharing of the video clip of Kahiga. Now, this morning, the governor of Omabay, Gladys Wanga, leads a contingent of members of parliament and governors from ODM to label Rigathi Gachagua as the greatest enemy of the Republic of Kenya. And they use propaganda tools to sell these narratives. The question that I am asking you, did Kahiga speak on behalf of the Kikuyu community? Did he take a public podium in a public political gathering to speak against the Luo Nyanza? No, it was his own sentiments on the matters of Raila Amolo Odinga. And he said William Ruto will have to go back to the drawing board, and which is true. We cannot refute that. But his greatest mistake was having seen that video having seen the light of the day. And it is so the light of the day through Citizen TV. Are we together? That tells you a narrative is being coined. A tribal narrative is being sold. And William Ruto wants to turn the country against the Kikuyus. Why does he want to do so? He has realized Rigathi Gachagua has taken control of the Kikuyu community and the Mount Kenya region at large. And Rigathi Gachagua's candidate for presidency come the year 2027 is Kalonzo Musyoka. To ensure that Kalonzo Musyoka loses his chances, he has to turn the country against the Kikuyus, and more so, the Luo community against the Kikuyus. Reason being, he knows Kalonzo is a darling to the people of the Luo Nyanza. Why am I saying this? Kalonzo stood with Raila Amolo Odinga in 3 elections, 2 as his running mate, 1 as supporting him. Are we together? So the people of Luo Nyanza have never repaid the kindness of Kalonzo in a single time. This coming election 2027, they are supposed to pay that. And they saw the reception Kalonzo received during the burial of Raila Amolo Odinga in Bondo. And that actually scares him to the core. That is why he coronated Mbadi as the Luo Nyanza kingpin. And Mbadi has started mobilizing the ODM party to fall behind him. That is why you are seeing people like Gladys Wanga and MP Akina Peter Kaluma, Junet Mohammed, all of them will follow suit to support Mbadi as the de facto Luo Kingpin. Tuko pamoja. Because he knows with Mbadi, he will be able to turn everybody against the the region of Luo Nyanza as a whole against the Kikuyu community. Tuko pamoja. But a question we shall ask, tell us how Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta hates Raila Amolo Odinga or is against the Luo community, yet Uhuru Kenyatta is lauded as a friend and a family friend to Raila Amolo Odinga. The man teared down while mourning Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is why I'm saying the media is going to be used as a tool of selling divisive politics and more so tribal politics, that if we buy to those narratives, say, if there is one thing, if you watch the news, Nation iliingishwa kwa serikali. The Star newspaper iliingishwa kwa serikali. Citizen iliingishwa kwa serikali. Jozi Moi ameingia kwa serikali. The Standard Media Group iko kwa serikali. So there is no way you are expecting these medias to tell you the truth about what is happening in the Republic of Kenya. Kwa sababu they are under the payroll of the government. And the greatest aim is to turn and to make sure that the candidate, the flag bearer of the opposition come the year 2027, does not have any chance against William Ruto. William Ruto will take advantage to milk the death of Raila Amolo Odinga to the last bit of it all. And that is where now we call upon the leaders of the Mount Kenya region. Kimani Ichung'wah, Dennis Itumbi, people like Kithure Kindiki, all those that are in government, Alice Wahome, what? Right now, the nation is being turned against your community, but you are out there laughing and making merry with William Ruto's people. Ladies and gentlemen, sahi amuoni maana ya kusimama na watu wenu. But when the truth hits painfully, you will realize that William Ruto has turned everybody against your community, and you will be the greatest enemy of your people, because your people will never welcome you in their place no more. Ladies and gentlemen, ni wakati wenu sasa wa kukaa chini na kujifikiria kama viongozi. Subscribe. This is the Kenyan Daily Report. And don't you buy to the tribal divisive politics that has been crafted by the state and the NIS to destroy this republic. Because this divisive politics is what led us to the 2007 post-election violence. William Ruto is cooking another PEV.